Daniel is means God is my judge. The abomination of desolation that Christ talks about for Daniel is when the judge, the courts, go to rule over the children, over the mothers, over the fathers. Because the mother desolates her body for the child. And therefore, she is the only one allowed to commit the abominable act of destruction of the child. As my mother told me, boy, I brought you in this world, I can take you out. Well, I don't like that, but God agrees with Mama. If you notice in Leviticus and Deuteronomy, in order to kill the child, you have to have the mom present. The mom and the father have to come out. Well, the father comes out as the covering, the mom comes out as the authority over the child. God has confirmed the authority of the mother over the children, over the sons, because the father gives the daughters away. That's his authority, to give it to a man of understanding. Well, if we only get one father, you can understand how this is the abomination of desolation. Because no father would want the kid taken from the mother. So you must understand how when it becomes the time, if you don't repent now, well then God brings judgment. Because you're trying to say that God is not so and that you can rule over God, over the moms. Now, in order to make the mothers childless, you must remove the mother. But the problem there is that God expects blood life offering at this. Well, without blood life offering, you don't get to undo God. Because that which you died for, you get to rule over. So then everybody ruling over this matter is a lying thief idolater. Because in order to have an opinion greater than a life offering, you must be an idolater. You see, you weigh it in the balance here, and you find it right there. And so you can see why Christ says it is the time when you see the abomination of desolation that Daniel speaks of. Because the mother abominably gives to the birth of the child the blood and the sacrifice. Well, that gives her the authority because it's also handed to her by God in divine right. So it's an abomination of the desolation of her sacrifice. It's also the desolation of God's first act in the flesh. And therefore you have it. So he says, don't go back and get your garment or any of that. What he means is don't go back to being the old you now that you know this. Because you must understand, whenever men in a country are saying that you can rule over the mothers, over the children, then they're saying, why I go to war, why we do these things? Well, go ahead and take our children from our mothers. So it's the surrender of your family and God and the faith and the truth, because they're only ruling with an opinion, and the surrender of the common sense of the blood. Everybody